Among the Trolls. Is it worth a buy? Let's read the words of the developer. Among the Trolls is a first-person survival adventure game where the secret mysteries of Finnish forests are unravelled. Venture deep into the Finnish wilderness to uncover family truths and master the art of survival. Now, this is just a demo at the minute, so it's too early to say, even though this has been in development for a few years now, but the demo's disjointed, so and purposely, so you get a taste of different stages of the game, but it just feels too early to kind of say if it's worth buying or not. There's a lot wrong with this, unfortunately. I was so excited for this, just based off the screenshots and the videos. I thought I was going to see the next Valheim here, but it just didn't turn out that way. It's a bit green helly as well with the crafting, which is a positive thing. But generally speaking, the game stuttered a lot when I was playing it, but I never really got into it. The map design was poor for the demo. It was very it's like being on the top of a hill with different tiers going down, and you follow a path that takes you all the way down the bottom. It was just very boring and uninspiring, really. When you play the likes of Valheim and you're just thrust into this huge world, God, I want to go and play Valheim so bad now after playing this. You get that sense of absolute immersion when you're playing Valheim. With this, it all felt very contrived and just it felt like a game rather than a world of exploration and immersion. I've done it all before. There was nothing really new in it, and it wasn't done to the standards that I'm now used to with the likes of Valheim. I think the developers of this game have got a great thing going here. They've got a really good idea, and it does look atmospheric. It's just the crafting of it just isn't. And then I got thrust, after I'd done the little quests at the beginning, I got thrust into a dungeon. Looked like a dungeon with monsters, and I was encouraged to do the fighting with an axe. I couldn't craft anything. I couldn't do anything with a bow and arrow. I was just stuck with an axe. Fair enough, it's disjointed. We know that. It's just to show you different aspects of the game. This was to show off the combat, and it was bad. The combat it didn't feel weighty at all. Getting the distance right was very tough. Blocking didn't really feel like you were blocking. Hitting, there was a bit of weight in the hitting, but everything else about it just felt very dull. I've done way better combat in games than this, so that was another minus. And I think the biggest minus of all, oddly enough, is the very, very beginning. When you start the game, after you've got the great intro, you have a great little intro on a lake with a boat, which looks really immersive and great. And then you get thrust into this, you're shipwrecked kind of, and you wake up on a beach, and you walk down this path, and the trees are bending in on you as you're going up. It looks fantastic. But you do that for 5 minutes. You walk up this path, and you keep getting stuck on the terrain, while the branches always just fold in front of you, while this little song's played. And I'm sorry, but this is your first taste of the game. It should be spectacular and engaging, and it's absolutely piss boring. Why would you want to walk for 5 minutes or 3 minutes or what? It felt like 10 minutes, to be honest, but it's not. It's probably about 3 to 5 minutes up this path where nothing happens at all. You're just walking endlessly up this path till you get to the start area. That's the worst thing you could possibly do to start off a game. You need, when you're starting a game, especially a game that isn't released and it's in demo form, you need to really hit the play with fun as soon as possible. This is why long intros don't really work. You want to get the player engaged in fun activities, and walking up a path, listening to a fucking Finnish folk song or whatever it is for 3 to 5 minutes isn't. I nearly switched off. It was just like, what the hell is this shit? So that's a huge no-no. Get rid of that. The hunting was very poor. Shooting the arrows at the deers the deers were just reacting all wrong. Not like in Valheim where they run miles away and you have to really use the sneak. You can just run around, get really close to them. In fact, I killed a couple with my axe. It was hugely disappointing, and I'm really sorry to say that, because I'm looking for these great games, and I was so... Do you know, it's gutting when you see a game and you think it's going to be great, and then it turns out to be not so good, and damn. Just damn. But the good news is, with this game, they still have some great ingredients. I mean, the crafting is good. The way that you do the crafting, I don't mind that at all. Green Hell was a great game, and it's very similar to that. The graphics look good. The idea that it's set in Finland, like Finnish folklore kind of thing, yeah, that's fine. Title's good, Among the Trolls, yeah, that kind of opens up a lot of ideas of what it could be. But the world's just shit. It's just poor, very, very poor world. It needs to be less dialogue. There's far too much dialogue, talking to a crow forever. It's just, it's boring. It's boring. There you go. This game is, the demo is boring. There's nothing in this that I would want to do. Players want freedom, and you don't really get that. That's, you know, go and kill some deer and bring it back, and I get it's a tutorial, but give the player freedom. Go and play Valheim. Go and play Valheim for 2 or 3 hours, and then you'll know exactly what's wrong with this game. That's my advice.